Hi all, this is Manish, and in this video I'm going to discuss about the Hyper-V's differencing disk feature. That feature allows us to create a parent-child disk relationship. So what exactly it means is that you have one parent disk which will be a read-only disk, and you can have multiple child disks which can be created and will be using this parent disk as a master disk, and any changes which you are going to make on top of that will be utilizing when those changes are going to only happen into the child disk. So let me create a diagram to visualize this thing, how it will look like, and will be giving you a demo by creating a parent disk and the differencing disk. Let's understand the basic of the differencing disk means parent and child disk. All these terms which are going to be used will be related to the Hyper-V. Think about it, you created an operating system, you installed an operating system in Hyper-V, maybe Windows 10 or Windows 11, and your disk is ready. This disk will be called like a parent disk, means your first image, your first OS where you installed the OS. Once your OS is installed, think about it, you just wanted to install other applications also, for example Office 365, .NET framework, or any other multiple application, so that you are creating a master disk. After creating the parent disk, we are going to create few child disk. This could be I could call it a differencing disk or a child disk. So first disk, I can create another one also. So differencing disk 1 and differencing disk 2. So what exactly is going to happen? That when I'm going to create a differencing disk, it is going to be linked with the parent disk. For differencing disk 2 also, we can do the same thing, that we are going to use the parent disk. So what happens is that in this scenario, this parent disk, for example, think about it, the size of that parent disk is 13 GB or maybe 20 GB, whatever is that. This disk will be acting like a read only. So it means there will not be any changes going to be applied on this disk. On top of that, when you are going to switch on your first Hyper-V device with the differencing disk, this device will be a combination of a parent disk and the differencing disk. When you switch this device on, and if you install any patch or do any kind of activity, the size of that differencing disk is going to be increased, for example from 1 GB, 2 GB, and so on. So it means this differencing disk is going to be writable disk. So this is going to be the writable disk, and while parent disk is going to be the read-only disk. So this means that I can have hundreds of Hyper-V machines which I can create using the one parent disk. So you can see the benefit that I'm having just one disk and all other disks will be of very small size. Let's see on Hyper-V how we can perform this activity. I'm into Hyper-V Manager. The very first thing what I'm going to do is going to create a new Hyper-V device, and to get my first parent disk created, create new Hyper-V virtual machine. Let's define it as a parent VM, generation 2, default. I'm just saving it in under the Hyper-V lab, and let me install the OS. Let me install the Windows 11 OS. I'm selecting Windows 11 Enterprise. As I can see, the OS is installed, and right now I am sitting into the, I can see we are into the out-of-box experience. So this is where actually I used to initiate my autopilot configuration. So I would like to install few scripts before creating the child disk. Let me install few scripts. I'm done with the installing of the script, and my device is ready, which I can use as a parent disk, so that now when I'm going to create the child disk, all those scripts will already be there, and it is going to start from the same location, from same step where exactly right now I'm there, means out of box experience. So I can shut down the device. My parent disk has been created. You can see the size is somewhere around 13 GB. So I'm going to create the child disk. Let me create a child disk now. Click on new and hard disk. I'm going to select the VHDX, and there are now three options available: fixed size, dynamically expanding, and differencing. We have to use the differencing. The moment you use the differencing, you have to specify the parent disk. Click on next. First of all, specify the name of the current disk. I'm making it child1. Click next. Now it's asking the location of the parent disk. I have to point to the parent disk which I previously created. Select the parent disk. Next. Finish. You can see now the parent disk is showing somewhere around 13 GB, and the child disk which I have created is just of 4 MB. So now whatever the changes what we are going to make into the new virtual machine, that changes will be applied to this child one. So we are still not done. We have to create the new virtual machine using the new child disk. Create new virtual machine. I'm making it parent child one. Rather than creating a new virtual hard disk, I'm going to use the existing child disk which I created in the previous step. My child VM is created. Let me go to the settings and remove this use automatic checkpoints. Let me switch on this parent child one. You can see on the left hand side the parent VM is somewhere around 13 GB and child one is showing as somewhere around 4 MB. Once I switch on, let's see the difference it is going to make now. You can see on the left hand side the child disk is growing now, 200 MB, 233 MB. So the OS is already installed. It is picking the original OS from the parent VM, and now the changes are getting applied on the child disk. So it is not making any changes into the parent VM. And now right now I'm exactly into the out of box experience, and all those scripts which I previously installed into the parent VM will be there in this child VM also, because it is linked to the parent VM. And in future, just think about it, if you have multiple child VM, in future just think about it, your child, you wanted to have another script installed, and that also you wanted to merge into the parent VM. So there is a PowerShell script through which is available in the Microsoft website, which you can use. Then both the VMs is going to be merged into the original one, so that now you can create the new child VM with the updated parent VM. I think it was informative. Thank you so much.